AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Come on, man. Gang is almost here. But y'all know who that
Ball suckers.
Which way you was throwing that? Which way were you throwing that?
Listen, if you're playing, don't get the no look. You don't deserve to be on a court with me, man. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I got the look. Nostalgic Nick. I forgot it was Friday. I've been under the weather. You guys been helping me out. Doctor said it was just a virus. I'm cool. Not that virus. Y'all be easy. Big old ball. What?
Listen, man. I gotta think of a song I can hum. You know, that'd be my little afternoons with AllBall. Something smooth, something cool. You know, I gotta really think of something. I like that. I like that joint. Is that by Frank Sinatra? Downtown. Like, you know, I'm a smooth, you know, old head, man. So, you know, I'm gonna get it. But how's everything going this afternoon?
So far, so good. See, the lighting is great. Me, I like to pump all the lighting up because I'm a lunatic. There you go. There we go.
We'll be damn fools a lot. See, yeah, listen. Fools a lot. Like, yeah, man, we gonna get it. We gonna get it together, y'all. Big shout out JC in the building. Nostalgic Nick. Yes, thank God it's Friday. Daniel Berry, what's good? Fabian, before we get started, afternoons with AllBall, please, man, tell me what's going on with your day-to-day. How's everything going so far?
Procrastinating on some things a little bit. I'm a little disappointed in that. But just been, I guess, maybe under the weather. My son, he fell when he was in school yesterday, kind of busted his lip.
Oh, wow.
And I said, yo, so what happened with he bumped into another kid. So he was like, I said, yo, what happened to the other kid? He's like, I don't even know who it was. I'm like, that means you were crying on the floor, man. I said, it's all right to cry, but you got to breathe because you got to let everybody know in yourself that you're okay. So just like things that you kind of tell yourself, or maybe our era was just that tough, man. Like you couldn't just show signs of weakness, even on the court, on the playground. You couldn't just do it. It was like, yo, man, you can't cry, man. You better cry at home if that shit hurts. So just going through it with him, and you know, this area is softer, but it's our job to let these young whippersnappers know, AllBall, greatness don't come without pain.
At all.
And allow me to introduce the greatness himself, Steph Curry. You kidding me? 4,000 3-pointers, AllBall? This guy don't stop, man. I was asked, what's your reaction, man? Because, you know, it's Steph Curry. By this point, he's got a lot of props. Barely gets the hate because I want to say, to be honest, he's acted like how you supposed to act out here, man. Kawhi Leonard ducks a lot of strays because he keeps it quiet. Steph Curry, the quiet assassin. Tim Duncan fashion, but with a flair. Kidding me? What's your reaction to Steph Curry adding another one under the belt?
So first and foremost, you know, big shout out to everybody in the building, man. You know, like I said, we here in the afternoons, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Let's not forget we on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So you know, look out for that. But gotta congratulate,
41 more.
Nice. Yeah, man, get us there, y'all. Get us there. But gotta congratulate Steph Curry. Listen, man, he's had a hell of a career coming from, you know, where he's come from. Starting off in high school, you know, like you said, frail, little light-skinned guy that probably nobody believed in but his moms and pops. Even when he got to Davidson, you know, they still didn't believe. You know, it took a LeBron James to show up. You know, it took NBA guys, superstars, to start showing up to his college games for people to really understand who Steph Curry was. And, you know, people may not like Skip Bayless, but you got to give a shout out to Skip Bayless. When Steph Curry entered the draft, Skip Bayless was the only one that said he should be the #1 pick over Blake Griffin. Look it up. Listen, we can say what we want about Skip, but he was dead on with that one. So, and then him getting drafted, going to Golden State, and having to fight for his spot, and having some real bad ankle problems. And listen, man, people at one point said he wasn't going to be in the league. And that young man went from that to changing the world with how he plays the game of basketball. Not only the NBA, he's changed the world to where you have peewees, 7, 8, 9 years old, all the way up to college. If you can't shoot the three, you might not be able to get on the court. So, man, we got to give much props to Steph Curry. We do critique him up here. We do hate. Well, I do hate a little bit. That's just me. But in all seriousness, 4,000 3-pointers. Listen, man, the things he's done for the game of basketball, nobody thought would ever be done. We thought we would never see a better shooter than Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen. Let's be realistic. To me, those are the three. You had a lot of guys that can shoot the ball. Mitch Richmond, Michael Redd, Glenn Rice. Like, there were some guys that can shoot the ball. But when it comes to the upper echelon, it started with Larry Bird for me. And then you go Reggie Miller and Ray Allen. I thought I would never see nobody shoot the ball like those three guys from the 3-point range. And then here comes Steph Curry. Listen, man. Like I said, not athletic, 6'3", maybe 6'4", but I say 6'3", and just a sniper when it comes to shooting the 3-point shot. And then to top that off, pause, he's pulling from a step above half court. I'm 47 years old. I'm a grown man. I have to almost heave it to do that. He's pulling like it's a free throw. So Steph Curry needs to be praised a little bit more. Question. Should Steph Curry be praised like LeBron James? Hold on. Before you answer, because we know the megastar LeBron James is. We know all the accolades, right? But what Steph Curry has done for the game of basketball, the impact he's had, nobody now is we understand why nobody can play or want to play like LeBron, because it's very rare guys that 6'8", 6'9" with that skill set, with that IQ, with that athleticism. But it seems like everybody wants to play like Steph Curry. So for me, why isn't Curry celebrated like LeBron James? They both have 4 championships. Okay, LeBron has some accolades Curry have, but Curry has something nobody has in his era. What is it? Unanimous MVP. Best record, 73-9, even though LeBron took him down when they was up 3-1. But for me, I don't know if LeBron is that much far and better and greater than LeBron. I just think, you ready for this, Fabian? I don't think Steph Curry ever wanted the limelight. Him coming out of college, not being regarded as the chosen one. But what he's turned himself into, Gilbert Arenas, and I'm going to let you cook. Gilbert Arenas said something about the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant. And Steph Curry did the same thing. When Gilbert Arenas said Kobe turned a Mercedes-Benz into a Bugatti, Steph Curry did the same thing. So, for me, him getting 4,000 threes, him being able to do some things that LeBron can't do, which is shoot the three, unanimous MVP. He has 4 championships. He has a finals MVP. He has 2 regular season MVPs. And of course, we know that the athlete, the defense, Steph Curry could never do. But I'm going to be honest, Steph Curry needs to be celebrated more. So I would like to ask you, how do you feel about Curry 4,000 threes? But should he be celebrated just as much as LeBron James?
I think he already can be celebrated way more than I ever thought he was going to be. Like around 10 years ago, before they made it to the championship, he was on his run. I was arguing with my man, shout out to Andrade, and I was telling him like, yo, bro, these kids in the park, they're trying to be Steph Curry just like LeBron, if not more so. He was like, nah, no way. I'm like, bro, Steph Curry is a wave right now. This is crazy. I didn't expect it. Nobody expected it, and he did have the wave in college. I think that's the problem. We're living in recency bias right now, old boy. Steph Curry got all the praise in the world. He's a legend. My girl knows who he is. Your girl knows who he is. Your mom knows who he is. My mom's knows. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows who Steph Curry is. Is to your point where LeBron seeks out the attention. He wants to be in the limelight. We know all that. That's why it was kind of funny to see when his family would try to dip into the limelight. He would be like, you seen him pulling back. I mean, his wife was beefing with Stephen A. Smith at a certain point. It was like, not for nothing, nah. And he understood, like, I don't want that. And so he was fixing all the little things, like you said, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. We know Michael Jordan isn't the greatest person in the world. He might be a total jerk, but the steps that he took to polish his image so that you can't really attack him for it. Steph Curry did that. Same thing with Tim Duncan. It's just that, bro, Steph Curry, he changed the game, and it is Jordan-like. We saw some of it with AI. With Allen Iverson, I always say nobody gives Allen Iverson enough credit. We just say, oh, yeah, he was influential for the culture. No, he's the first point guard to play the two. Larry Brown moved him to the two. Steph Curry, nobody wants to say it, but he's really a two guard because he moved from the point guard to the two guard, but he's still a little guy. Those little guys changed the game, and the evolution started with AI, but AI ain't do this. And AI's wave was crazy. People wanted to play like Allen Iverson, and they wanted to look like Allen Iverson. And with Steph Curry, you don't have the Drake effect where people just getting haircuts and doing what and they look like Steph Curry. But some people say I look like him, which is weird. That's racist, by the way. It's racial profiling. But I think he gets all the props in the world because it's easy to the hate that you throw on him. The rules change and he gets away with the carrying. It's like, yeah, okay, that's great and all. But he turned the 3-point shot into a dunk. The most flashiest thing you could see was Jordan in transition, yamming it on somebody. That's still the most amazing play in the game. But the only time we really saw someone doing what Steph Curry did is if they was on fire. Larry Bird, these guys were on fire. But then Curry brought the Rucker game into it, the Globetrotter game into it. It changed everything. Went from Rick Barry and shout out to the Globetrotters, of course. All them guys back in the day. Then the trick. Imagine what's going on in the ABA. The stuff we don't even know about. Like Rick Barry was a lunatic. I always say that dude had a toupee on in one of his team photos, but he quit. Like he didn't want to play on Golden State anymore. Went to the ABA, and he was one of them gunners. He's one of them gunners. Played for Golden State, by the way. So you fast forward to Chris Mullin, Run TMC. Who really is the 90s shooter? Reggie Miller? Because in our lifetime, it got to be, let's say, Bird in the 80s. In the 90s, it's Reggie Miller. Then we get to 2010 and we get to Steph Curry. Right before that, you got the Ray Allens. You got the Michael Reds, shooters, but they did not become the face of the league. They didn't have a chance at a face in the league. They didn't have that charisma. Steph Curry, I would have never thought in my lifetime I saw someone that could become charismatic off of a 3-point shot. And not a great defender, not the most athletic. And we still would want to pay to see Steph Curry. Ain't no way you're telling me I could get some tickets to the Garden and Steph Curry's there. I'm not going to go. That's not going to happen. James Harden, that's a great name, A-Dub. I'm trying not to hate today, old boy. But James Harden almost made me quit watching basketball. Steph Curry never made me quit watching basketball. As much as I disagree with the rules, he made you come to the park. And that's the thing about this channel, what we always talk about with New York. AllBall stresses it. We talk about Rucker Park and all the parks in New York City. Who brought you to the game? Who brought you to come watch them? Steph Curry would have been doing that in any time period. Anytime. If he was playing in Rucker Park in 1978, yo, this is dude Steph Curry. He'd be shooting from like the other side of the court. Man, get out of here, man. Who cares? And you go there and you go, oh, you might hear the crowd from 10 blocks down like, yo, what's going on? He didn't dunk. Like, no, this guy's crazy. And that's the effect he has on us. That's the effect he has on us. Never what I thought. Never what I thought. So yeah, great. Another great name. That's really might be, no disrespect, Del Curry. Steph's OG. Muhammad Abdul
But
Rauf.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think that comparison is totally wrong. Um, because he didn't have the range, like Steph Curry. Like Mahmoud Abdul Rauf is legendary. Let's not get it misconstrued. And I definitely agree. If it wasn't for the politics, listen, man, he would be spoken about with everybody from Curry to Iverson to Isaiah Thomas. Because I just think Magic Johnson is in a whole nother stratosphere. But Mahmoud Abdul Rauf would definitely be one of those guys that would transition from point guard to shooting guard with no problem. And like he done gave Mike 50. But I don't like that comparison. And let me tell you why. Curry is nowhere near as athletic as him. And I don't think he can shoot as good as Steph Curry. Remember, you got to remember, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf catch alley-oops. He could tomahawk. He could do all of that. But he's not stepping across from half and pulling. I'm sorry. Like, to me, that's where Steph Curry sets himself apart from everybody. But it takes nothing away from Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I used to agree with that, but now really realizing what Curry has done, 4,000 3-pointers, and he probably still can play another 3, 4, 5 years because guys are taking care of themselves. The game is definitely less physical. I'm gonna be honest. I think Curry, and I might get some blowback from this, but this is why I think Curry isn't revered and given and being bigged up like LeBron James. Because he doesn't want to. The way he carries himself, think about if he was signed to Nike. You telling me he could never get out of his Under Armour contract and go sign with Nike? He doesn't want to. I think he's comfortable in his space. I think guys see LeBron and they don't want that. And I think maybe that's why Curry is not revered. But just imagine if Curry had Nike pushing him like Nike pushes the LeBron, the Kobe's, the Mikes. Are you kidding me? I think that plays a part. I'm sorry.
But what
Good.
maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure. Like, what else more is there to talk about with him? Because it's almost like to the point where it's nonstop when he breaks a record. But in the last couple of years, since they won a championship, remember he had the Olympic moment last year. Steve Kerr, LeBron, and KD were all like, "Yeah, that's Steph." I knew to give the ball to Steph, and LeBron's on the other side. Like, I ain't giving you the ball. Steph is double team. I'm still giving him the ball in this time. I know my guy. I played with him before. I know what he does. So he's getting it from the players. What's he missing? Because the stuff that comes with LeBron, I don't think as much as people say that, because it is a lot of love, a lot of hate with LeBron. The only thing that would be missing is the hate, and we don't. Who the hell wants to hate Steph Curry to get that level of love?
But I disagree to a certain extent. What he gets that LeBron gets, the face of the league. Why is Curry never considered the face of the league?
You don't think he
Why?
was?
No. People have said for the past 20 years, LeBron has dominated and he's been the face of the league and he's been the best player in the league. Nobody mentions Curry. I used to be the only one up here fighting. Remember, my thing was, there's somebody in that driver's seat with LeBron in the same lane. So, people don't look at Curry how they look at LeBron. I'm sorry. They don't look at Curry as a megastar. They don't look at Curry as a guy that has all that power in the league that can control things and move things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So for me, for a guy to have 4 championships, been to 6 finals, like I said, all the accolades, how he changed the game, his impact. When they talk about GOATs, Curry name is not brought up for whatever reason. Now, I know people can say defense or whatever they want to say, but here on AllBall TV, we try to keep it real. We try to talk about different topics and we try to have some fun. and we try to, put spin on things. But let's be for real. They don't look at Curry how they look at LeBron. They just don't. And I'm just trying to figure out why. If this young man has had more of an impact on the game than LeBron James.
But I think even with that impact, LeBron had to deal with that impact, and he still won. He changed different teams. And I think that's what, again, by LeBron doing what he's doing, going to these different teams, LeBron rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I just seen what was Gilbert Arenas just went viral right now for saying the Heat were trying to trade LeBron for Dwight Howard. So he had to, there was no, whatever Steph Curry's lows were, it wasn't to the point where they tried to trade you the summer or the week after you made the championship. It wasn't that kind. Like, that's what you're dealing with. Steph Curry is, again, the Kobe story, the Dirk story, the Tim Duncan story. I'm gonna stay with my team because it's cool over here. And I guess to your original point, he didn't want that kind of smoke because all that bouncing around business, if you notice, is all those guys got smoke. All of them. Kyrie, Kawhi, to a certain extent. Who else? Who else bounced around? Jimmy Butler bounces around. He gets smoke. So he kind of dodged. I don't want to say dodged the bullet by doing the right thing, sticking with the people that are already good in Golden State. I don't think he had a reason to go look for smoke. I think that he did the right thing from the beginning. Again, his pops was in the league before him. LeBron didn't have that. Maybe his pops telling him like, "Oh, bro, man, his pops influenced the Minnesota Timberwolves. You not drafting my son." His pops influenced the draft. So he made sure Golden State got these guys. And when he got there, he probably saw, remember, he's walking around. Steph, you good here. Trust me. It could be worse. And imagine having to deal with a LeBron James. And let's not forget, he turned Draymond Green into a Hall of Famer. These are the things that, like you said, we're going to have to highlight them. Because nobody's going to highlight that fact. They're going to be scared to say that about Draymond Green because he dropped 23 points last night. You see how hyped Steph Curry is right now? You think you could really win a championship? He's like, bro, I wouldn't feel like you. You don't see how I feel right now? You could tell how I'm feeling right now. Jimmy Butler got here. It's a different thing. You don't get that kind of energy without Steph Curry. He's one of the guys that we talk about where all the guys that try to turn it into a stat nerd thing, Steph Curry, he breaks all of that because it's not about just the fact that he can shoot. It's you can't teach that sort of electricity, bro. That sort of charisma. Again, AI brought the team. He wielded that team to the chip through charisma. Yeah, he had the game. He was fast. He had some skills to him. He was willful, but that shit is motivating. That shit on the sidelines. I mean, as fans, bro, he turns the Garden into the Oracle when he's here. That you can't explain that. So does he get his props, bro? You kidding me? Then they said the Golden State ticket in Brooklyn was the highest selling ticket for the season for them this year. The Lakers were at first, and I'm not mistaken, Golden State topped that. That's where when you talk about sponsorship in terms of our love and giving his props, that's where it comes from. That bottom line.
I just think big shout out to everybody in the building. Molly Moore, what up? Robert Paulson, RP, Thrill 'em Guns, what's good, man? Big shout out to all y'all. Y'all know the drill, man. A-Dub. We try to shout out everybody. Please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Please hit that like button. But yeah, we here on afternoons, y'all, 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Afternoons with AllBall TV, man, where we gonna break down some things. But Fabian, I'm gonna be honest. When it's all said and done, and Curry has his quote unquote 30 for 30 a documentary, that might be the best documentary we've ever seen. Besides the one with Michael Jordan. His documentary might be better than LeBron's. No, I'm being for real because
because LeBron's documentary is crazy, bro.
Right, it's going to be ill, but let's break down Curry. Your father was a good player. He wasn't a great player, right? In high school, no high recruits. None, right? Little guy, frail, skinny. You get to college. Remember, you didn't have the pick of the litter like everybody else. You go to Davidson. Still, little, frail, light-skinned kid that can shoot the hell out of the ball but can play the game of basketball. You get drafted. Look at the guys that got drafted before you. Your ankles is bad. You work through all that, fight through all that. You don't sign with Nike. You sign with Under Armour. Let's not forget. If he's with Nike, if Steph Curry acted like LeBron James, Steph Curry might be considered the GOAT. If he tried to hold on.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If he wanted to be in the spotlight, if he wanted to act like LeBron, if he wanted to have the Nike to all of that. All I'm saying is Steph Curry through it in an era where everybody say this is the most talented era, where guys is 6'5", 6'9", 7 foot, KDs, Wemby's, LeBrons, Melos. You have all these great players, all these athletic players, all these tall players, and a little light-skinned kid that's not athletic, that's not tall, went to 6 finals, won 4, 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, a finals MVP, 4,000 3-pointers made in his career. The greatest shooter we've
25,000
ever
points.
the greatest shooter we've ever seen. And he did this while LeBron was in his prime reigning in the NBA. His percentage of winning championships is better than LeBron's. He's 4 for 6. No. This is no knock on LeBron. I'm just saying this young man, when it's all said and done, the way people say, when LeBron is retired, we're gonna miss him. They need to say that about Stephen Curry too. The joy he brings to the game, the fun he brings to the game. Yo, listen, bro. What this young man did in his career, we'd never see this done again. Because the odds were stacked against him. It just was. I understand who his father was. But to be little, light-skinned guy, frail, your ankles is bad, not athletic, and to make yourself one of the greatest players we've ever seen, he's probably second impactful behind Michael Jordan. Because Kobe became super duper impactful. God rest his soul after he died, even though he was still impactful while he was here. But Steph Curry he's more impactful than Allen Iverson, bro.
I'm gonna always disagree with that. I think the most influential, most impactful is Dr. J. Then it's Mike. I got Iverson above Steph Curry. And LeBron is not even probably top 5. It has nothing to do with basketball. What LeBron's impact is, in my opinion. But the fact that whether you have him 4, 3, 2, or 1, wherever you got Steph Curry, that doesn't happen if he's bouncing around trying to chase LeBron's, style. That's LeBron's style. He's the one that seems like he's chasing something all the time, even when he got it all, in our opinion. You could have stayed in Miami. You could have stayed in Cleveland. Like, for Steph Curry, if he was running around trying to chase LeBron and trying to compete with him, it would take away from what we love him for. That's the reason why he's going to get love, because he reminds us of the old school. Yo, I signed a contract. I kept my word. That's who I am. I'm gonna stick around. You good, I'm good. That's all. Even having a bonehead teammate like that, for him to defend Draymond Green to this day, that's commendable. So I love that you're bringing this up, because it's almost like we do have to remind people, yo, Steph earned this argument.
Exactly.
It's not like it's a unfair argument. It's not like you bugging for bringing it up. It's definitely someone who earned the right to even step into the ring for this debate of, yo, did I put LeBron in second place for a little bit? Because remember, without Steph, there is no classic 2010s. What is the 2010s looking like if Steph don't go on his run? It's not promised that KD and Russell Westbrook figure it out. There is no real rivalry in the 2010s.
Hold on, Fabian.
And you know what?
We always got to listen. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. Good afternoon. Miss Tori B is in the building. She kept her word. She was late the other night. She pulled up early. Y'all know the drill, fellas. Please speak to the beautiful ladies and be respectful. Good afternoon, Tori B. What's happening? Good, Fabian. I'm sorry.
You listen. Don't your words are not falling on deaf ears or blind eyes. Everything you tell us, we really appreciate it. So, we keep you in mind. She said somebody copied our subscribe tag, bro. She's like, yo, I'm telling you, I heard it, and it wasn't y'all. I was disgusted. So, yeah, but that's really it. Oh, but you ain't bugging it. All I could do is debate why he's not gonna be quite LeBron, but he earned this. He earned this fight.
But let me just say this before we move on to the next topic. And everybody, please hit that like button, man. We 41 short from 10K subscribers, man. Come on, man. Y'all on this journey with us. Tell a friend, tell a friend. People at your job, let them know. Subscribe to the YouTube page. But let me ask you a question before we move on. This is why Michael Jordan is in a class by himself, and why LeBron should be compared more so with Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry. Imagine when Mike was reigning, when at his peak and winning all the championships. What if around that time Clyde Drexler would have won 4 championships? Would we be looking at Mike different?
See, you're gonna hate this, but if Arvydas Sabonis is on Portland and they have a different kind of chance, they have a different kind of team, it changes everything. So and again, you talking to the wrong guy about that, because I don't care about that championship shit.
No.
That,
I understand.
I understand, because to me, 4 chips is like, all right, he got 4 chips, but how did he get them? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Clyde couldn't do that, that means either Clyde has to change the way he plays, and all of a sudden he's scoring 5 more points a game, locking Michael Jordan up on certain plays, disrupting Scottie Pippen's kind of play. He would have to. You talking about a completely different, not a completely different player, but a notch above himself. And all you trying to explain to me is that Clyde Drexler would somehow turn into Michael Jordan overnight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is to me. Like, the championship thing to me will always be out of pocket. Once we get to a certain point, don't get me wrong, I had to come to a conclusion that, yo, you ain't mentioning nobody in your top 10 without a chip or 2. Not happening.
That's impossible. Yeah, that's impossible.
Dirk is not in our top 10. And we love Dirk, but it's like, we seen you how you were in the first 7 years, first 8 years in the league, and you could have won 2 of them things, but you didn't. So someone like Clyde, who had a chance to get 3, he lost to Detroit, lost to Chicago. He had to go with Akeem to get one. It wouldn't change my opinion on Jordan, though, even if he got the 4, whatever way possible, because Mike is Mike. He's that competitive. He's. I don't need that to explain to me what LeBron is, or even what Steph Curry is. Steph Curry, whatever he could control. My thing is, I'll leave you with this. I grade these players on what they can control. You can't control who your teammates are, what the referees do, none of that. So when you are out there, no matter what, with the odds stacked against you, the odds stacked with you, if you still perform, all I could do is give you your props because you did your thing.
Well, maybe I worded it wrong, but it definitely wouldn't change how we would look at MJ, but it would change how we would look at Clyde Drexler.
Yes.
So that's what I meant. It would make his superstar status out of control. And to me, that's what I'm trying to say with Steph Curry. He didn't win 1 or 2. He won 4 out of 6, and they did it in the fashion that was so dominant that it made it. People said they fucked the game up. That's how dominant Golden State was in their reign.
But stay right there.
Hold on, just real quick. During the dominant performances of LeBron's and Kevin Durant's. Remember, it's a little guy doing this. He's not 6'8", 6'9". He's not even 6'5", 6'6".
But stay right there, because I think that's what. Like, we were going back and forth about when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, and it wasn't until Shaw Livingston said, "Yo, when Kevin Durant walked through that gym, we all knew who the number 1 dude was." And that was over Steph Curry. But it's still an argument on who's more impactful between him and Steph, because all Steph did was, yo, I'm going to just play my game, bro. I'm going to just play my game, and you're going to benefit off of this. I'm Steph Curry, bro. Me, Larry Bird, Joker, we the only guys you can put on any team, any era, and I fit in there. So if Clyde would have won 4 more rings, does he do it with Arvydas Sabonis being here since 1989, 1990? Do you need that help? Because that's what we're going to say. Bro, you ain't on Mike's level. Mike ain't have no 7-foot center. He ain't have that. Not that guy. So we could break that down all the way. Yo, KD left. Steph still won. They found a way because he stuck around. He stuck around. And look at now this year. They have an outside chance. If they even go to the championship, we're going to be like, that to me.
If they even get to the Western Conference Finals, they ain't got to listen, they playing with house money. If they get to the Western Conference Finals and that thing is competitive, in between the first round of the Western Conference Finals, they beat a OKC or a Denver, Bro, that's almost like him getting another championship. Are you kidding me?
Now, do you understand what I'm saying? When all right, the chips thing, okay, I get it. You get 2, 3, 4 of those, you in the conversation. But at a certain point, it's like, all right, what did you do outside of that? How'd you compete? Western Conference Finals at 37 years old, and you're the clear-cut 1A. The number one option. Again, Kevin Durant ain't doing that. And he got Devin Booker.
Listen, man.
You understand? That, and that's what, and remember, that's what Steph Curry's looking back. He could go to bed, sleep straight. I ain't trying to be like y'all. Y'all try to be like me. Yeah. I got 4 of them things, like you said. I did it my way. Gotta respect all respect to Steph Curry.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, man. Steph Curry, 4,000 3-pointers, 25,000 points, and it's not even close. Greatest shooter we've ever seen. And I don't know if we'll ever see anything like this ever again when it comes to shooting the basketball, man. Listen, man. Big shout out to Steph Curry, man. Congratulations.
Listen, Steph Curry, bananas, going crazy. Speaking of West, we'll stay in the West for now, AllBall.
Okay.
We're going to stay in the West. We saw it last night. If you ain't on Instagram, get on AllBall TV, at AllBall TV. You kidding me? You saw the chuckles. You heard the evil laughter. The Lakers lost again. LeBron is down. Remember, the first person to say it, I got to give you your props, AllBall. When that Mavericks-Lakers trade happened, yes, you gave the Lakers their props. You even challenged them and said, how come y'all ain't being challenged to go to the championship with a LeBron and Luka? And then you doubled down and said, why y'all sleeping on the Mavericks? And I totally agree. A healthy Mavericks this year would be bananas. But now the pressure's on because when they left, they traded Luka. What they say? Yo, man, Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd, we've been around them dudes. Luka ain't that dude, bro. And now with the Lakers, I got to hand it off to you now. Is JJ Redick going to be the first victim? The Lakers are going to find out firsthand. Yo, Nico wasn't lying, man. What you thinking, AllBall?
I think they finding it out these last 3 games. Since LeBron's been injured, they're 0-3. They're on a 3-game losing streak. And missed me with Luka having 45. He was in there when they was down 20. So, but I said this, I was the first to say it. Lakers made a big mistake. Big mistake. They gave up on Anthony Davis. And to me, he's the better basketball player. He proved they won a championship together. And he proved when LeBron went down, he was playing at MVP level. So for me, the Lakers are seeing now why the Dallas Mavericks that we want no part of Luka Doncic. Is he a great player? Yes. Is he great offensively? Yes. But does he make others better? No. Does he play a lick of defense? No. Does he even attempt to play defense? No. Let's not forget, yes, he's been to a Western Conference Finals. But let's not forget he had a sidekick in Jalen Brunson that played hella great basketball. Yes, they went to the finals last season. But he had Kyrie by his side. So he didn't do this on his own. Now, he's a great player. Would I love him on my team? I mean, I guess so. But would I give up the house for him? No. And remember, this goes back to Vlade Divac. Let's not forget, when Luka was being drafted, Vlade Divac had a chance to draft him to the Sacramento Kings. Of course, he took the wrong player, Marvin Bagley, and Vlade Divac's reasons was wrong, but I think he was hiding something. It's a reason he didn't draft Vlade Divac, and it's a reason the Dallas Mavericks traded him. And the other night, against the Brooklyn Nets and last night against Milwaukee Bucks, is why Nico and the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic. He's unreliable. And for me, he only wants to do one thing, and it's score the basketball. He don't want to win championships. He don't want to play no defense. He don't want to sacrifice anything. I think the not being in shape thing is BS because he looks in shape. But for me, I'm gonna be honest. He can't take no pressure. You can tell he doesn't look happy. Anthony Davis, we got a small sample size of what the Dallas Mavericks will look like fully healthy. Scary. Scary. So for me, unless the Lakers win a championship this season, that's the only way the Dallas Mavericks made a mistake. And we all know damn well they ain't winning no championship. So for me, if Dallas shuts it down and brings everybody back next season fully healthy, we'll see, because we seen in the half what Dallas Mavericks was going to look like before AD went down. So for me, I think the Lakers made a big mistake. I think they do what they always do. They just look for the entertainment aspect of the game now. And for me, Luka is not a guy that you want to move forward with your franchise unless he has another superstar next to him. We see how good he looks next to Kyrie. We see how good he looks next to LeBron James. But how does he look by himself? When you got average guys with you, when you ain't got that superstar, that all-star caliber player next to you, if you ain't got that great head coach. And this has nothing to do with JJ Redick, because I'm not a big JJ Redick fan, but he's doing a good job. He doesn't deserve to get fired. I think the Lakers made the right choice with him because it seemed like guys are reacting to him great. Listen, he got Doncic Connect playing hella basketball. Finney Smith and them, Reeves, them guys look good. Some games, everybody's not going to have 82 straight games of playing great. But he has those guys playing good basketball, so I got to give JJ Redick props when it comes to that. Do I love him as a head coach? Do I think he's the next Phil Jackson? Do I think he's the greatest basketball mind? No, I don't think none of that. And I could be wrong. But he does not deserve to be fired. But I think the Lakers made a big mistake because they thought, or they think, Luka can take this franchise over when LeBron retires. So let's not forget, Fabian, Luka doesn't have to sign. He just have to stay there after the season. I think Luka won the hides behind and under the radar, score his 30, 40 points, and just go by like that. I don't think he cares one bit about winning a championship. You could tell on the defensive end. That's how I look at it. You could tell on the defensive end, he gives two you-know-what about winning basketball. I'm sorry. So I think the Lakers made a big mistake. And last night and against the Brooklyn Nets, we know it's only 2 games. But what if LeBron James is injured for a season? What if LeBron James retires next year? And this is the team Luka has to deal with for a whole season. Do we still think the Lakers are championship contention? Do we still think the Lakers are playoff bound? Do we still think Luka is going to be the best player in the NBA? I don't think Luka can do what the Joker is doing. I'm sorry. I don't think Luka can do what Steph Curry does. So for me, I think the Lakers made a real big mistake, and I think they're going to figure out the hard way, Fabian.
I think that's the underlying thing. Like, I understand what, it's easy to jump on Nico Harrison with the Mavericks. He's a punchline at this point because, yes, the Mavericks could have asked for more draft picks. We've heard the story 1,000 times. Trading Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin to the Philadelphia 76ers, that looks bad. Quentin Grimes has been destroying over there in Philly. And there were a couple other trades people pointed to. So I understand what everyone is saying. But when the owner came out recently, Dumont, whatever his name is for the Mavericks, everyone shitted on him because they're saying he's sitting there and doesn't know anything about basketball. He read off the names Kyrie, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and he said, you starting with either Gafford or Lively. So to me, I don't think he's not doing his homework. Does it get rid of the conspiracies and the rumors that they go into Vegas? I don't know. But I do know that first game, yeah, it was only 3 quarters. But we saw what we thought was going over there with the Mavericks. Hold on, healthy AD? Healthy get the first thing I said last year. Shout out to my guy Joe Rose. He was telling me they didn't add anything last year to the Mavericks. Luka brought a bunch of bums to the finals. I'm like, no, he didn't.
Right.
They weren't gonna go to no championship with just Lively, the rookie. They had to draft Lively. They tanked. Let's not forget they traded for Kyrie, then tanked. How do you tank? When the hell did Kyrie and LeBron tank? Never. So you had to tank to get the pick. Our pick, by the way. They tanked to avoid giving us that pick.
Right.
And they got Lively. Then you added Gafford at the trade deadline. And I said, yo, Gafford over there is kind of crazy. Like, they're going to the championship, bro. Whether it's how Fleet put it, lightning in a bottle, call it whatever you want. That's a short amount of time for the rest of the league to try to react to this. And, the Celtics, well-oiled machine, they figured them out. And also, They also figured out what Brian Windhorst was saying now infamously in that tunnel after the game 3 or 4 in the championship last year. Yo, his team don't think, that Luka's about his business. He's a crybaby. All that stuff, they're not turned on by it. And us as fans, we've been saying that. That's the second time in the year that we've seen the fans finally get echoed by a player or players or the media. We just seen it what happened with Mikal Bridges. Now people trying to come out defend, the other side. Who is Mikal Bridges? That we're gonna get to you in a second. I don't know how you trying to shout us out like that. You out your damn mind. But Mikal Bridges echoed what we said. The Mavericks this was internal, and we've been hearing stories about Luka being kind of chunky, carrying the weight. Look at how he looks from his rookie season till now. This is night and day, damn near. He's carrying a lot of weight, and they just don't feel. My gut feeling when I read it, I'm like, they're not totally bugging. Jason Kidd has been to the Olympics. He's been around everybody. Kobe, LeBron tried to trade for Jason Kidd before he went to Dallas and got a championship over there. He loves Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd ain't no dummy. A little sneaky individual, my favorite point guard of all time. I know he's a slickster, but he's up there with Nico Harrison. Nico Harrison got his job at Nike because of Kobe. You telling me he's not around Kobe every day seeing what ticks with him? And he goes, yo, this, that, and the third. You got to, like he's watching, listening to these greats. He's around Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is a legend. Jason Kidd looking at Luka like, yo, if I was 25, I'll lock you up. I figured you out a long time ago. For Jason Kidd to co-sign that trade, I don't care what he says. For Jason Kidd to co-sign that trade, that's a big deal. JJ Redick and LeBron about to find out. Then they're gonna say on the low, yo, man, I don't know if LeBron is like that. I don't know if Luka is like that. Forget the mistake, AllBall, because I understand where the Lakers are coming from. You're gonna make that deal. The next 10 years, you got a new All-NBA guy. On paper, it looks amazing. Now, in real life, back to reality, I don't know if you're really that dude, Luka. Not with a couple breaks without a couple breaks in the game. You ain't no joker. And don't we know Joker for being a big boy? We talk about him being kind of chunky with the rock. And your man, we never question Joker's MVP status. Everybody would line up to trade with Joker right now. Here's my whole team.
See, you made a great point, right? With Nico and guys being around Kobe and J Kidd being around and playing against the best. Remember, he was around when Mike was around. So you got Nico, who's close to Kobe, and then you got Jason Kidd, who's played against the best and played with the best. They know what it takes to win. They know what it takes. Listen, for you to be a franchise player, a guy that's going for championships, you got to be reliable. You got to play both sides of the ball, and you got to be determined. And they could look at Luka and go, great talent. Let's not get it misconstrued. Great talent. But is this guy the ultimate leader? Is he willing to sacrifice anything? Is he willing to make anybody better? Is he willing to be the captain of the ship? I don't see it. I don't see it. And they didn't see it. Come on, man. Like, we got to start being honest. LeBron James is one of the only guys in NBA history that can get to finals and be competitive, with sometimes not great players. But we know he only can win with great players. Like, a lot of guys can only win with great players, and there's no knock on that. With Luka, they made a mistake. Just imagine if the Lakers just did what Anthony Davis asked. Just get me a guy that can play center so I can play the 4. That's it. And then when Jeanie Buss came out and said he was unhappy, why not make him happy? He got you a championship. If we all say we know basketball and we love the game, take out your bias for Anthony Davis. Take out, he's injured, he's street clothes, and all that bullshit. If we're going, who are you going to pick? The 6'8" guy that plays no defense, that's not a team player, but he's offensively a juggernaut. Or the guy that's 7 foot, that can do everything on the offensive end, and he's the best defender in the NBA. And he's a good teammate. Give me Anthony Davis all day, every day. I'm sorry. So for me, the Lakers, JJ Redick looks very uncomfortable and very upset on that sideline these last couple games. And what has to be going in the back of his mind is we might have made a mistake because he's a great talent, but can we win with him? I'm sorry, man. He gets exposed night in and night out, and he guards nobody. To me, that's a problem. I have a problem with guys at that level that literally plays no defense. And every time he goes to the basket or shoot, he's crying and complaining to the refs. It's out of control. So I think the Lakers, they got a real problem on their hands. They got a real problem on their hands because it's not guaranteed that when LeBron retires, they're gonna have enough money to get another superstar. But who's to say LeBron is gonna retire anytime soon? Who's to say LeBron is not gonna play another 2, 3 years? You like in all seriousness. So this is I hear everybody is saying, yo, LeBron gonna retire this year. Now we could build around Luka. No. Who's not to say LeBron is going, y'all gonna pay me $60 million every year? I got another 2, 3 years in me. Lakers ain't gonna turn them down. So I think the Lakers jammed themselves up. I really do. And they don't understand that they did. But like I said, getting Luka and not getting as much as people think they should have got, I think, like I said, if they don't win a championship this season, if LeBron and Luka don't win a championship while they're together, this trade is a failure for them. And I think Dallas is still good for the future because they still got a whole bunch of young guys. Kyrie still got 4 or 5 years in them. AD still got 4 or 5 years in them. Guys just got to stay healthy. So for me, it's a toss up. It's not everybody keep thinking the Lakers bamboozled Dallas. No, Dallas got rid of somebody that they feel we ain't got to give him that 350. And once again, Nico been around Kobe. You can watch Kobe, then look at another player and go, nah, this guy he ain't gonna make the sacrifice. Nah, and we gotta get 350, he gonna hold it. Nah, no. So I think Dallas made the right move.
You said something that made me think of the fact that it's not just the fact that you have the average players around them, because you traded Luka and you still needed to keep changing players around Luka. So it's not like this is the same exact team last year that went to the chip that went with Brunson and them. They had traded Dorian Finney-Smith from then also. So it seems like you always got to do another overhaul with Luka. Is it exhausting being around that dude?
Yo,
Exhausting
Fabian,
on the court, off the court?
hold on, real quick, Tori B, right? She said, so basically Dallas fleeced LA. Got it. Check it.
Nah.
No. Check it. I think they did fleece LA. And I'm explaining why. Look what Luka left. Kyrie Irving. Look at that crew he left. Right? Look what Dallas got back. You got a young good player in Christie who plays both ends of the ball, and you got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis went to a stacked team that has everything he needs. Anthony Davis got what he wanted. Are we sure Luka got what he wanted? Are we sure Luka ain't want to be traded? AD went to a team where it's 3, 4 guys that can play the 5. AD got what he wanted. Luka ain't get what he wanted. Luka ain't been looking happy yet.
Yeah, right.
Think about it. Think about the team Luka went to. Yeah, LeBron James, but it's an older LeBron James. You went to a team that's playing status, that gets smoked in the first round, that can't beat Denver, that got low-key minimal talent. Because when, like you said, after Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Finney, all them dudes, and look at the roster AD went with. Yes, I think Nico made a very smart move. And we're going to see next season how smart that move is. Now, if they keep having that dark cloud around them and everybody keep getting injured and it never works out, then okay, you got me there. But right now, the way the Lakers are looking without LeBron James, who's not to say LeBron, knock on wood, hope that never happens, who's not to say he may have to sit out a game or 2 in the playoffs? Who's not to say next season, he have to sit out some games? And Luka got to hold it down. And now you can't beat some of the teams that's not even up to your level. Nah, I seen enough sample size of Luka to understand that if you're a franchise that don't want to win championships, you want to put butts in the seats, and you just worrying about maybe get to the playoffs, you want Luka. But if you want to win championships, you got to go the other direction because him not playing no defense and just him being a ball hog. Because to me, he's James Harden on steroids. And we know what Kobe told James Harden. That's not winning basketball. You're not winning no basketball games with that. So for me, that's why I look at it.
All the way, 1,000%. 1,000%. And speaking of championships and who we feel like could win it with a certain coach, Tom Thibodeau is being taken to task by Mikal Bridges. Got called out. Hold on a second. You know what? I wasn't going to do this. I'm going to bring this chump up. We're going to play his videos. We can laugh at him together, old ball. It's still mind-boggling to me how it's Knicks for clicks. Where do these people come from thinking they have the right? All right, you on ESPN, bro. You better talk to us nice. Don't be calling us out thinking you the shit. Peter Rosenberg, who's famous for I don't even know what, but I see him on everything. WWF, ESPN, The Fan, everything. And you garbage. But he talked about our Knicks. And he referenced us, a specific subset of the Knicks fan base, because you're so intelligent. Just stupid-ass glasses. Let's see what he had to say about the Nueva York Knicks, all ball.
Criticism around the league and specifically in New York is about the way he uses starters. He's not wrong about any of that. My problem is, it's the messenger. If this had come from someone else, I would say this is a huge issue. So we already knew this about Tom Thibodeau. What changed because Mikal Bridges said it? I mean, let's be real. Before Mikal Bridges traveled 15 feet and knocked down that game winner the other night, the conversation about Mikal Bridges has been what a disappointment he's been on this team. We were adding a fourth member of the Villanova squad. This was supposed to be the missing ingredient that took them to another level. He has not been that guy. Now, listen, did he point out the same thing that a lot of people outside the garden saying bing bong are pointing out? He did, but I don't think that changes anything for Tibbs within this organization.
But do you think it hurts them? Stephen A. Yeah, go. You're okay, Stephen A. You can talk.
Here's the part that you're missing, Peter. You're talking about the greatness of a Steph Curry jeopardizing somebody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, you have a guy that is considered an Iron Man when it comes to availability. That is Mikal Bridges. He doesn't miss games. He doesn't get shabby minutes. He never says anything. So when he speaks about minutes played on behalf of himself and his starters, when you traded 5 picks to get him because he's best friends with your superstar, who, by the way, got his own podcast with Josh Hart. It's not an accident that when you got 3 of the top...
You can stop it. You can stop it. You can stop it. Yeah, him yelling sometimes and being extra is ridiculous.
You get a headache.
Yeah. Tory B, you are 100% correct. Mikal Bridges has a right to speak up because he plays for the goddamn Knicks. What are you talking about? He's a starter no matter how we think he's been playing, whether you like how he's been playing or not. He's a vital part to the team. He's one of the guys that's a starter. So he has a right to feel how he feels. And Mikal Bridges is totally correct. I don't know what Peter Rosenberg is saying. Now I heard that little shot you heard, traveled. I heard that little shot. But once again, I'm not guys like that. I don't even know how they attempt to talk about basketball, knowing they don't watch no games. But that's fine and dandy. That's neither here nor there. But I don't know what he's talking about. Mikal Bridges has every right to speak on what's going on in the Knicks organization. He's 100% correct. Tom Thibodeau plays guys too many minutes every game. Think about the minutes guys is playing. You telling me I'm playing the same amount of minutes against Boston that I'm playing against Chicago? We going in overtime with Portland? Like, just think about how insane that is. Just think about you play 40 plus minutes against Washington. What? Remember, yo, Tibbs, put these niggas in. Yo, this against Washington. It's against Charlotte. That's the problem. And I think that's why Mikal Bridges had to say something. Like, yo, bro, you can't expect us to have championship aspirations, go deep into the playoffs, and we don't get no type of breaks. We are in overtime against Portland, against Chicago. Niggas playing 45 minutes. And we not even blowing them out in the overtime. It still got to go down to the wire. Peter Rosenberg, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm mad that we even have to respond to you, but you're totally incorrect. Mikal Bridges has every right to say, hold up, Tibbs. I've been here long enough. Bruh, are we going to get a break? Imagine, I think it was a game. Put it like this, y'all. Imagine in Portland, we got to play all those minutes and go into overtime. And what if we had a doubleheader and had to play Golden State the next night instead of 2-3 days rest? It's that part. Yes, Tory B, is that part. Like, come on, man. People don't know what they're talking about. Tom Thibodeau has to go. He is not the correct coach for this team. He's not the correct anything for this team. I'm sorry. We need to go with a better mind, a younger mind, and we may have to go with somebody that has some cachet. A coach that has relationships with the players, a coach that has championship expectations. I don't think Tibbs has championship expectations. Just to be honest, we need better coaching. I think with better coaching, it's better game plans, it's better management with guys playing as far as their time. Tibbs has to go. Tibbs has to go. But yeah, I don't know what the uproar is and why people is upset that it was Mikal Bridges. What's the difference if it was Cat, OG, or Brunson? What's the difference? This is another excuse for Knicks fans to come up with. No, Mikal Bridges was 100% correct, and I'm glad somebody said something, Fabian, because it seemed like we was going to go through a whole nother season with that flying right under the radar.
And nobody challenges Tibbs publicly.
Right.
Nobody. And they act like we're bugging. And now, what does he get off? Oh, the Bing Bong subset. We just a bunch of like hokey dokey fans. No, we're the ones that are watching the games. No, we have not stayed up for the West Coast games, except one of the trio. One of the trio did. Flea he stayed up for all 3 games, but we're on here on Knicks Rehab, breaking the game down. You ain't even have the decency to go watch. Shout out to damn, I don't get their name wrong. I'm gonna look it up. Guys online every day, content creators doing the job that you're doing, Peter Rosenberg, for hip hop, supposedly, and ESPN and WFAN. There's no way you watching all them games and you're paying attention to hip hop all day long, bro. You're lying. You know the Stephen A. Smith, and what's worse is that you suck at it. You stink. You're just bringing up a point that makes no sense. Did the Knicks give you a check? Because that's who gets paid to say stuff like that. They're the ones that's scared to say stuff. That's why we appreciate Clyde Frazier. Clyde Frazier be like, what is he doing, man? Like, he's the guy that tells the truth. That's why we love Clyde. That's why, because Mike Breen can't go all the way in. He got to be the commentator, do his thing. So all you guys that want to come on here, anybody that disagrees that Mikal Bridges, who we've been critical of the entire year, for me, what I loved about it is he showed up, he broadcasted whatever he said, put the spotlight on him, and he came through after all of that. So he answered the bell. So he got the poetic ending along with invigorating us. Yeah, he strengthened us a little bit. So what? So what? But how will Flea say? How the youngins say? Mikal done upped it on your motherfuckers. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He upped it on Tibbs. Yo, you can have a little private conversation all you want to, but now it's in the air. Now when I chill you could try to convince me otherwise, but when I'm chilling with Brunson, that's my guy. I'm chilling with Josh. Remember, we hang out. It's been damn near 15 years, 10 years with these guys. I know them better than you do. You're not going to convince me what I know. I've been in the league for 8 years already. You're not going to tell me that the other coaches do this, because we ain't even talking about practice. Just for y'all to know, Isaiah Hartenstein has commented on that before when they asked him post-game, what's the difference between Denote and Tibbs, practice-wise? He goes, to be honest, Tibbs don't even let you practice when you play those minutes. He'll let you have off. So, there's some differences with them, but I'm not going to get into all that. So he kept it as nice as possible, but we're looking up the differences. Peter Rosenberg don't know that. And who on the Knicks that's playing basketball, why don't they deserve to talk? If Landry Shamet came out and said that and was displeased about it, we would be like, you know what? You ain't all that, but you kind of right. You were on fire.
Right,
Why did they take you out? I'm glad you're saying exactly what we see. I'm glad somebody on the court is not acting like, once again, that they're above the fans. How KG and them were saying the other day. I forgot. Oh, Kenya Martin and them were saying the other day that the fans can't comment on. Why not? Why not? The hell y'all doing? You staying up to watch these games, Kenya Martin, Kevin Garnett? We're studying this team. Mikal Bridges, thank you. Thank you for lighting the fire for Tom Thibodeau, because hopefully we have seen some of his rotational changes throughout the year. We commented on it. We highlighted it. They were taking out Cat 5 minutes into the first quarter. They stopped doing that because of an injury. Why stop doing that? If it works, if you're giving people a break and you finding a way for the second rotation, for the second unit to play with a guy like a Bridges, you'll let them run the second unit like you did with RJ Barrett. You're inconsistent, Tibbs. And the one thing that Bridges said, and I want to highlight this and emphasize it, AllBall. The one thing that he said that we keep overlooking is that, he's stuck in his ways. And while he's in game, he's not doing the right strategies. He's somehow forgetting it because he's stuck. That's what happens when you get frozen. That's what it is. You might be a little too emotional on that sideline. You might be a little biased to whatever your little game plan, whatever your game plan was before the game. Well, now we're in the game and we're in the middle of a war. You're supposed to be the general. We don't like how you commanding out here. Period.
Or you just might not be a good coach. Simple and plain. You just might not be a good coach.
I say a great coach. Because, see, you go too far with that.
No, I don't. Listen, good coaches don't have these problems. I can't, because I'm we can't be saying it's 5 to 10 great coaches in the NBA, because there's not. So I think, you got good, and then after that you got mediocre. I'm not, like I said, I'm fair.
You don't even think he's mediocre.
No, I say he's mediocre.
Okay.
But for me, and mediocre doesn't just like Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, you guys is mediocre, bro. You could tell by their lineups, you could just tell. I'm sorry. If a person has been a head coach for 20 years, damn near, I think Tim's got 17, 18 years, and look at the teams he's played with, that mean that he's coached for. He's had MVPs. He's had defensive player of the years. He has guys in their prime. He's never went to a bum team. Think about that. And he's been to one conference final. One. So for me, I think, we looking too much into this. I think Mikal Bridges just lit a fire that needed to be lit. He put the spotlight on it. So now, okay, Tibbs, if we're wrong, prove us wrong then. Coach the hell out of us right now. Prove us wrong. And I have no problem coming up here and apologizing and saying I was dead wrong. But now, Mikal Bridges backs you in the corner. Prove that you're a good/great coach. Let's see what we do now for the remainder of these games and what we do in the playoffs. Let's see. Remember, we got Cleveland twice. We got Boston again. Let's see what happens if they play all their guys. Let's see how we look. So for me, now Tibbs has an opportunity to save face. You have an opportunity now to say, no, all y'all are wrong. I'm a damn good coach, and I'm going to prove it. So I can't wait to see him prove it. But hold on real quick. King's speech, he said, y'all see the Lakers injury report tonight? Please put it up there. What's the report, Fabian? Can you check for us real quick? Because you know who they playing against, right?
No, I forgot.
The big bad
Denver.
What team they can't beat?
Denver.
Luka ankle hurt now, huh?
He was questionable last night, and he decided to play against the Bucks. Why?
Because it was the Bucks. Because it was the Bucks, and you figure he's gonna beat them. That's why. Remember, they just lost to Indiana. We all know the Bucks ain't shit. But what's the injury report tonight for the Lakers? Please, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, come on, man. It's only one guy that Twitter's reporting.
Who's that?
Luka, the Dawn.
All I'm saying is
he's ruled out AllBall with a calf and ankle injury for Friday's game against the Denver Nuggets.
I wish I had a mic.
Yo,
mic drop. Enough said. I ain't got to respond. Flea, what up, Flea? And y'all know the Flea, mind your business. Mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you, brother. Mind your god dong it. You know the old people say god dong it. Mind your god dong it business. But yeah, listen, I ain't got nothing to say about that. I knew that was gonna happen.
That's just dumb, man. That was just dumb. Hilarious though. Our guy, King Speech. Yo, King Speech, don't forget, don't be scared to spam us in the comments and leave your channel in there so everybody can click on that. Right. Everybody follow King Speech. I don't know if you want Laturi, I don't know if you want people to follow you. I'm not gonna push for that. But definitely anybody who has a channel, put it in the comments, man. We ain't scared.
And everybody, follow us on Instagram, Fabian Perspective, Are We Live Flea, AllBall TV. Follow us on all the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and especially YouTube. Excuse me. Subscribe. Come on, man. Hit that like button. Let's go, y'all. Nah. He see, hey, Flea, he's styling on us today. Beard trimmed up nice. Yeah. I gotta get my life together, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, man. I gotta get my life together.
Follow RP too. I'm sorry, Robert.
Matter of fact, simple, in plain. Everybody follow each other. What's the big deal, y'all? All support each other. This is all it takes. I've never seen something so simple. Boop, hit the button. Everybody follow each other.
Flea, yo, RP, you got Flea tight with the memes, man. They got us going. You got us like inside the NBA out here, man. RP said, "Just don't follow me home."
Correct. Hey, yo, Flea, man, listen, man. We walk around the house in you know what I mean? NBA Knicks shorts, baby. You know what I mean? Big dog shit, you heard?
Come on, man. Big dogs. Big dogs. Speaking of big dogs, or former New York Knicks big dogs. Well. It looks like the Minnesota Timberwolves have figured out how to get their game on with the former Knicks. Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves have won 11 in a row with Julius Randle in the starting lineup. AllBall. You and I, we hated Julius Randle.
Still do. Let's not get it misconstrued for me. Still do.
Correct. I got over my hate for him after we got OG and the team was flourishing. You still have and preserve the ultimate hate for Julius Randle. But what do you feel about what's going on over there in Minnesota? Are you scared that the rumblings and tumblings are going to come out? You talk about the Lakers. Did they make a mistake trading for Luka? Did the Knicks make a mistake trading for Cat?
That's a great point. That's a great question. Before we get into that for a bit, you know, on our platform, man, we try to give props to people that deserve it. Big shout out Cleveland, you know, big shout out OKC, you know, all those guys on these winning streaks, Boston, you know. But come on, man. Minnesota, 11 in a row, flying under the radar. Let's not forget they have a superstar on their own with Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. They was in the Western Conference Finals last season. I'm going to be honest. We are in the same boat the Lakers and Dallas is in. If Minnesota does something crazy in the playoffs and we flame out, I can't believe I'm going to have to say this shit.
Wipe the glasses.
Yeah.
Got to get ready.
I'm going to say it again.
Flea,
if Minnesota make a run and we flame out, yes, we made a mistake. And this is scary. This is how you know we got enough balls to do a topic like this. Because we got Julius Randle over there with Minnesota. We traded him. And now it's like, wow. But Minnesota is playing great basketball. Let me ask you a question. Ask y'all in the chat. Everybody talks about how great Houston has been this season. We talk about OKC. We talk about the Lakers. We talk about the Denver, the Golden State, the threats that they are. You know, y'all are very high on Memphis and them young guys they got over there. How do you feel about Minnesota? Is Minnesota a legit threat to any of these teams in the West? Because it seems like when we talk about the West, nobody brings up Minnesota anymore. Like I said, now that Jimmy Butler went to Golden State, everybody jumps on that bandwagon, including me. Now everybody's saying that, wow, they looking like they can, make some things happen. Everybody's high on OKC. Like I said, Denver got Joker. But with Minnesota and now Randle and them kind of figuring it out and playing great basketball, are they a legit threat in the West? Can you see them knocking out a juggernaut like an OKC or beating the Lakers team with LeBron and Luka in a 7-game series? Do you see them beating a Golden State Warriors with a Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler? Can Minnesota be capable of doing that?
Yeah. We calling it, spoke about it in the summertime. I don't understand how Minnesota's not going to be good with a Nas Reed at the 5 lineup. You put Nas Reed, Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, I forgot the Nicholas Alexander. I'm forgetting the other guard's name. The kid Dillingham, man. He's you don't expect him to be a live wire, but you could treat him like a 6-man. He's like a microwave Vinnie Johnson. Bro, Dillingham has shown some sort like Jared McCain a little bit. He just shown flashes of what he's able to do on an NBA level and against top tier talent. And again, let's not forget what they did to OKC last time out. And Ant-Man said, mano y mano, big dog. What you want to do?
With the big block
and this
at
is
the
after
end of the game?
Big block, and he guarded him for the last shot. He guarded
Minnesota just smoked Denver.
Listen, Randle can play with the second unit while you give Ant-Man some time on the bench, or vice versa. If they could figure out the Randle Brunson, the Randle Ant-Man lineup, like the Randle Brunson over here, it was OG that helped everything out over there. That Nas Reed's gonna help them out. Then Goldberg has these spells where we think the defensive player of the year thing was overrated, but if the best team what happened?
No, I'm sorry. They showed some highlights of him the other day, like on the offensive end. It's like he tried to post up and they threw him the ball and he damn near just threw it on like the top of the backboard. It's just like, yo, bro, just stick to defense, bro.
Goldberg?
Yeah, Rudy Goldberg might. Good. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because I'm gonna send you that clip. Like him offensively, man, I don't think we've seen anything worse. It's
Jericho
bad.
Sims?
Nah, he's worse. He's worse.
He gets 16, 15 points a game. You can't say Jericho Sims.
I don't know how, bro. Go ahead, finish your take. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know how. Rudy Goldberg on the offensive end is horrific, bro.
Yeah. That clip when the clip when Randle yelled at him like, I'm not giving you the ball.
Exactly. Yo, he was posting up the other day. Bro, turned around. Fabian, he turned around and tried the hook shot, and that shit cleared like a field goal, bro. And listen, the Minnesota commentators started laughing. Come on, man. When your own commentators laugh at you, that's when you know you bad. Nah, Rudy Gobert is terrible offensively. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just laughed because I thought of that.
And shout out to Chris Finch. That's a guy, Western Conference Finals. They made the Western Conference Finals last year, man. Ant-Man has gotten better. He added something to his game, added something to his repertoire. Another guy who, again, he makes everything interesting. Even a post-game interview, like, what you think you did better? How you handling double teams now? It's like, bro, I've been watching tape of Luka Doncic. Not that I play like him, but me and my team, we've been watching him and da-da-da-da. It's like, damn, that's dope to hear. So he keeps us in tune with the game. But I digress a little bit. But the Lakers don't want to see Minnesota, bro. They don't want to see Minnesota. Listen, like now let's get to the nitty-gritty. Who the hell can the Lakers legit beat in the Western Conference? You telling me they're not tanking off that? I'm saying you telling me they're not tanking from the second place spot to avoid the Minnesotas, to avoid the Golden States. They might want that 4th or 5th seed to play against who's in that spot in 4 or 5. You got the Rockets. They probably think they have a chance against the Rockets, and even the Rockets is scary.
Yeah, but forget the Lakers. Let me ask you this. Minnesota, because like I said, we want to give them this spotlight and this shine because they've been playing great basketball. It's hard to win 11 in a row. And now it seems like I said,
well, they won 6 in a row, but they won 11 straight with Randle in the lineup.
Right. Yeah, all right. So excuse me, Russ. Yeah, 6 in a row, 11 straight with Randle. Thanks for correcting that. And I see somebody in the chat said it as well. So thank you to you and Fabian. But Minnesota in the playoffs, give me the teams that you think they could beat. Do you think they could beat OK? Let's talk about the big dogs. OKC, Golden State, Lakers, Denver Nuggets. Do you think Minnesota can beat any of those teams in a 7-game series?
Yes.
Even OKC?
Yes. OKC is a team they could take the 7 games, man. They could. Wow. Because now this is the hopeful theatrical movie script thing, but Ant-Man is a guy who could turn it up. He really gets a legit 40 points. Like, I know we big on up SGA and everything. He scores 50% from the field, but Ant-Man could go on fire. And the kid Dillingham, to Flea's point, and Dante DiVincenzo. Listen, do you forget how clutch he was for us last year?
Yeah. On both ends of the floor, too. And that toughness, that grit. Yes. I remember.
Yeah, Flea, I didn't forget Rob Dillingham, but you also didn't forget who said was going to start if Michael Conley goes down. Dante DiVincenzo. And he was hurt for a little bit too. So they're fixing it up. Bro, I just think when you just keep it simple and plain. Ant-Man shooting off the wall from 3. Dante can shoot off the wall. Dillingham can shoot off the wall. He's not going to get a lot of minutes. Nickeil Alexander from the corner. Naz Reid. You got 3, 4, 5 guys that can shoot the rock. That's what Randle needed last year with us. When OG, Dante, Brunson, all these guys can shoot. Oh, it's 1-4 flat, right? Easy work. Same thing with Minnesota right now. Only thing stopping them really is Ant-Man not getting that mid-range game thing down. But Randle's the guy that can get you free throws. You limit Goldberg's minutes, situational. They can rebound. The Lakers struggle with rebounding. By the way, OKC struggles with rebounding outside of Hartenstein and Chet. And if you get them in foul trouble, Randle will get them in foul trouble. Now what? Open the floor for Ant-Man a little bit. Listen, man, Minnesota's tough, man. They're tough. And we can't keep giving Tatum and Jaylen Brown props for 7, 8 years going to the conference championship. Jimmy Butler, conference championship appearances. Minnesota has gone to the Western Conference Finals. They done threaded up some decent fabric in their life.
Listen, man, you smoked it. That's a great point. I'm surprised though. I can't wait to see. I honestly think Minnesota, they could be a threat to all of those teams. Like when you really think about it, it's hard to fathom because OKC is most likely gonna have the MVP of the season. The way they playing, but you can see, they have some problems. But wow, now that you say it, because remember, Minnesota already beat Denver. I don't think they're afraid of Golden State. And like you said, OKC, Ant-Man takes that matchup personal. And I think Minnesota is a real bad matchup for the Lakers. But wow, it's crazy how Minnesota's flying under the radar like that. And this is what Charles Barkley was talking about the other day. Only on AllBall TV, you're going to get a variety. We ain't going to just continue to talk about the Lakers and Golden State all day, every day. Why is nobody talking about Minnesota? Why is nobody talking about them being a legit threat? With the Clippers and Dallas not kind of like being what we thought they would be. Why is Minnesota not that more of a threat to the other teams? Wow, y'all kind of like convinced me Minnesota gonna be tough, man. I definitely think they beat Houston and Memphis. But yeah, I would love to see that Ant-Man SGA matchup. Ant-Man takes that personal. He guards him. He talks shit. I would love to see that matchup, no matter what the round is. But yeah, man, big shout out to Minnesota Timberwolves that they definitely figuring it out, and you're correct. Got to the Western Conference Finals. Got to start giving them props. Definitely got to start giving them props. But like we always say, if it ain't gonna be nowhere where you gonna get the real basketball talk and give guys the props, it's gonna be on AllBall TV, baby. Listen, big shout out everybody. Yes.
Come on, man. Who else gonna do it, AllBall? Who the hell else is gonna do it? Told you the whole time Minnesota gonna be fine. Did you King's speech?
Man, we ain't hitting it about Minnesota for damn near over a month. You don't get out of here.
You ain't see me. You ain't see me. I was hiding. I was glad you never asked me about Minnesota in the last 3 months.
Right. I was hiding too. I don't want to see them niggas over there doing good. Because if we flame out, Lord have mercy, well, the backlash we gonna go through, Lord have mercy. You talk about ducking. You talk about ducking and hiding.
It's all fun and games until Julius Randle waves off Ant-Man for a game-winning break. Yo, why you put the bricks up like that? No strays. No strays. No strays. You be saying direct shots, man.
You
no
see,
strays.
Flea, I had the Scully on all week because the other ones is dingy. Once the Scully get dingy, they got to be thrown in the garbage. Yeah, you see it. We rep it, man.
What else he gonna have on? We gotta bet if the Lakers go to the Western Conference Finals. Will AllBall put on a LeBron Scully for the live?
Nigga, I would make the bet and still renege and say don't do it. What? They listen. Nah, I'm not doing that. Because the Western Conference Finals is not good enough. Bro, when you got Luka and LeBron, like I said, people flame me, but once they won some games, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Now watch how everybody jump off the bandwagon. And Fabian, you said it correctly. They are ducking that smoke. They are ducking that smoke. I won't be surprised if they sit out for the rest of these games. As long as you win the playoffs. Come on, man. Cut the jokes.
RP, your man over here was rocking a Knicks warm-up jacket with a Michael Jordan jersey underneath in the clubs. That is what I heard. I've been working on the footage, RP. He thinks he's slick. You.
Listen, man.
Look, I plead the fifth.
Listen. I'm sorry, man. But listen, Nike. You know, I'm a Nike head. Pause. Scully was on sale. Let me get that. But hey, man, leave me alone. Don't bother my Scully, man. Leave my Scully alone, man. Listen, I got to get my life together. Look, I don't do nothing with it.
He said Uncle Ice saving the footage already.
Look, I don't do nothing with this shit. Yeah, Fabian ain't the only one over here with curls. Yeah. Don't let me do nothing with this thing. Y'all asses to be in trouble. Y'all better lock y'all doors, hide the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's going on here?
What?
What's going on here, man?
Listen, man. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, afternoons, AllBall, man. AllBall TV, man. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, man. Everybody follow each other on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, AllBall TV, Fabian Perspective, All We Live Flea, and everybody in the comments. We all follow each other, man. It's been a pleasure. Y'all might get lucky. Tomorrow we might do a live before the big Knicks game against Golden State. Or we might go live after the game, depending on how late it is. What time is that game tomorrow?
It got to be 9:30 because it's on ESPN, right?
No, it's not 9:30. It's definitely not that late. It might be 7:30.
Oh, it's 8:30.
8:30. Ugh. That game is going over to about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
I think me and Flea will work on that. In the meantime, you see Flea in the comments, but you ain't know he could do two things at once. You think he ain't in the building? He's in the building. It's a party. Afternoons with AllBall. You kidding me? We break it down.
Right. Yeah. He ain't let us party without him. You crazy?
Get down.
Right.
Huh?
Once again, Afternoons with All Ball, man. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Knicks rehab after every Knicks game. Y'all know how we do with that. Listen, man, let's get us to 10K, y'all. Come on, get us to 10K. Let's go. Yeah, exactly, JC. Let's see what our schedule's looking at. Definitely probably try to go live tomorrow, probably about 6 o'clock. Maybe do like a 2-hour special or something right before the game. Break down some things. But yeah, man, we'll figure it out. We'll let y'all know.
43 more to go because YouTube be playing these damn games. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all a little word of advice for y'all trying to start your thing. Yeah, King Speech, check this out. When you do your shorts, those subscribers you get from your shorts are flaky. They're gonna subscribe and then log off. They're gonna unsubscribe. The real subscribers come from the lives and the regular videos. You chop them up. Cause look, it went from 59 to 57 while we were on the air. How the hell nobody liked and subscribed while we were on the air? Yo, share this damn thing. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know who that be over there. Right there. Right to my right. You know who that be, man. We put
All ball suckers. Listen, yeah. Y'all don't know where it's gonna go. Listen. See y'all tomorrow. Maybe.
The aluminum fitted is in the tuck. Big AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.